Alright, I want to solve this linear equation. So the first thing I do, I got fractions. So the first thing I want to do is clear fractions. Remember, to clear fractions, you want to multiply everything by the least common denominator. So there's a 5, there's a 3. So my least common denominator here is 15. 5 times 3. They're both prime, so you just multiply them together. So I'm going to multiply on the left by 15 and on the right by 15. And when I do that, I got to remember that I'm going to have to distribute here. Alright, so 15 and this 5 right here are going to cancel or reduce. 5 goes into 15 3 times, so I've got a 3 and an x now on the left. So 3x equals, and then on the right, I've got a 15 times 5, which is 75, plus, now I've got a 15 and a 3. Well, the 3 will go into the 15 5 times, so that becomes a 5. And now this x minus 9 in the numerator, that's going to get its own parentheses. I'm going to have a 5 and an x minus 9. Alright, and now I'm going to just distribute. Now I don't have any more fractions, so I can solve this equation. So 5 times x, 5 times negative 9. So I got a 3x equals 75 plus 5 times x is 5x. 5 times negative 9 is negative 45. And now that I've distributed, I want to combine any like terms. There's no x's here, so these are like. So there's a 3x equals 75 minus 45 is 30 plus 5x. And then finally, next to last step, group your x's together on one side and your constants on the other. So I have just x's over here. I have a constant and an x over here. So that means I want to get rid of this x term. And if I do it to the right, I have to do it to the left. Now I don't have any x's on the right, and I only have x's on the left. So 3x minus 5x is negative 2x. And on the right side, the only thing left is that 30. Alright, and then finally, last step, I divide away the negative 2, divide away the negative 2, and I get x equals negative 15. Alright, now what does that mean? That means that if I were to plug in negative 15 back into the original, which is all covered up here, I would have a true statement on both sides. Like the left and the right would be equal. So let's plug it in and make sure that it does work. So negative 15, if I take that and divide it by 5, the left hand side would end up being a negative 3. Now you're asking, is that equal to, if I plug it on the right side, I get a 5 plus x is negative 15. Negative 15 minus 9 more is negative 24 over 3. Negative 24 divided by 3 is negative 8. So plus negative 8 would be the same thing as minus 8. And we can see 5 minus 8 is negative 3. So it checks out. So that is our answer.